Hello. This video is going to employ a couple of circumlocutions. Please bear with me. I'll explain in a minute. First of all, I'm going to tell you I'm going to be kicking around an idea that just occurred to me. You may disagree with it. You may think I'm getting over imaginative, but I think it's certainly worth discussing, and maybe you'd like to discuss that in the conversation below. As for the circumlocution, I'm going to be substituting some words for others. Now, I don't know whether mention of certain things is acceptable or not in YouTube. That's one of the problems with YouTube. You can't know from day to day what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say. I got a strike against me, a permanent strike, for saying something which I thought was perfectly acceptable, but it wasn't at the time. So I'm changing some words so that I don't get caught this time, and I might not get caught at a later date as well. Because they do trawl through your own videos, don't they? And they look for things that they can give you a strike about, things you said 2 years previously that they now decide are not acceptable. And you're in a bad position with YouTube. The others, of course, I'm not bothered about because more or less say what I like. It's a shame. But YouTube is my largest platform, so I have to be careful about that. Right, so please bear with me on the way I'm going to phrase some of these terminologies. Now, I'm speculating about the Biden business because the whole thing has fascinated me. Why on earth did he do that? Or rather, it wasn't him, was it? It was his handlers. The optics are awful. And you think, well, maybe they made a mistake. Maybe somebody was supposed to have put up a blue background and they put up a red one by accident. Or maybe it was a Trump supporter who deliberately sabotaged it. You can think of anything. But no, the Democrats are very media savvy. And they know people are going to get a bad impression from that. They must have known it. And Dave Rubin said the same thing. He said it was deliberate, but he didn't actually say why it was deliberate. And that's what I'm going to be speculating about. Now, a lot of people have compared this Biden meeting to a large gathering of political supporters at a certain Bavarian town bearing the name Norinmount. I'll give you a little while to think about that. Yeah, political supporters, okay? And it was very similar to that. So why did they do that? And as I said, Dave Rubin, yeah, I agree. It was deliberate. I'm sure it was. But for what reason? And I'm going to go through a couple of maybe slightly off the wall ideas. How about this one? Whoever's running the Democrat Party, because it sure ain't Biden, realises that Biden is a lame duck now. He's a positive liability, actually. He's made too many mistakes and he's shown his weaknesses too much. So they realise their brand is losing favour with the public. Of course, the price rises and the problems, just generally the economic problems, aren't helping them. So the best thing to do in a situation like that is to blame the whole thing on one person. You see, you can handle a concept, the figurehead, that one person, and then you clear out that one person. So afterwards you can say, well, the party is purified. We're back on track now. I'm so sorry that we allowed ourselves to be led in the wrong direction, but we caught it really quickly. And we were led by, we allowed ourselves to be too tolerant of a person who, let's face it, he doesn't have both oars in the water, does he? So it's all better now. We're going to have a more ethical party, a party that's not under the influence of that sort of evil. It's a win-win situation here, isn't it? I'll show you how. The the Democrats realise they have to get rid of Biden, and the problem is that they want to get rid of Trump too. I'll get back to Trump in a minute. Meanwhile, I'll concentrate on Biden. First, we have to see if the people still want Biden. I mean, there's no point in getting rid of him when he's still popular. He's still a very useful puppet. So let's hold a party rally. A party rally of, a very nasty type. A party rally calculated to frighten all but the most dedicated party faithful. The original ones, the ones in the Nürnberg area, were actually in many ways a sort of test of the general population. It was a test to see if the people were behind the government, if they were prepared for what that party had to offer them. If they were enthusiastic about it, and if most were, then they would pull the doubters with them who didn't attend. So that was proof to the party that they had permission to do what they wanted. Well, if Biden's new image of being Mr. Dictator was going to wash, then job done. That would be good, wouldn't it? They'd run him again with more of the same. And, if the people like that image, then that would be fine. However, if the whole thing went down like a lead balloon, then that's their excuse to remove him. The old man's gone mad. We as Democrats can't support this in a democratic society. It hurts us, but we're just going to show you how committed we are to democracy by ejecting the most successful president the USA has ever known. 81 million votes, But we're the Democrats. We're the nice guys. Unlike Trump, and here's the bit about that catches Trump, because Trump is also a dictator in waiting, and he's going to be just like Biden if he gets in. Oh, worse than Biden, you see. So they both get tarred with the same brush. So either they win on the dictatorship idea, or they win on the, we don't like dictatorship idea. Neat? Or what? I'm Granniopteryx. I am to be found on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I let you know when I've uploaded a video on @Granniopteryx on Twitter, Gab and Parler. Please like this video, please share it. I think it might be rather amusing to share this one. Please support my channel if you can. There's the dancing beaker there for Buy Me a Coffee, but there are other ways of donating in the description under the video. What else? Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, remember, check your subscription. If you are subscribed on YouTube, you might not be subscribed as of watching this. Okay, that's it. Till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Granniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share, share, share.